Now, in the flat expanses of the Fens, Lincolnshire has its own Holland in miniature. But the similarity doesn't stop with the scenery, because the area around Spalding is flower-growing country. Every year, the Fenland farms make millions of pounds selling their tulips and daffodils in the Netherlands. Tom Hill reports on the Dutch connection.
Amsterdam is a city of canals, barges and bicycles. It's also the centre of the world's biggest flower-growing nation. Its pavements are lined with blooms. But what a lot of people shopping here in Amsterdam's flower market may not realise is that until a couple of days ago, many of these flowers were growing in the Lincolnshire Fens. For 6 weeks in the winter, thousands of extra workers toil in the fields around Spalding. The daffodils are picked in buds so that they reach their golden best when the eventual buyer gets them home. The export market gets the pick of the crop.
On this particular variety, they're looking for them to be at least 11 inches tall, and the whole thing must be bright green, no colour on it. So this particular one here has gone over the top.
The leaves are left in place so that the bulbs, which are harvested in the summer, can continue to grow. The rich soil of the Fens makes for the best daffodils in the world. Spalding's flower industry goes back to the turn of the century, but there's always been cross-fertilisation with Dutch expertise.
Quite a lot of Dutch growers actually settled here, and with the interchange of ideas and so forth, I'm sure that they improved our husbandry, and hopefully that they learned a bit from us too.
30 years ago, a young Dutchman called Bob Out was instrumental in realising that farmers could boost their exports by forming a cooperative. 125 growers now belong to Lingarden, which has a turnover of £40 million a year.
It has tremendously changed. We target multiple supermarkets all over Europe and North America, both for our bulbs and for our flowers. We as one company export 25 million bunches of 10, so that is 250 million daffodil flowers to the various parts of the world.
And it's with some pride that Bob Out occasionally exports tulips back to the country of his birth. At this time of year, lorries are constantly crisscrossing the North Sea, taking flowers back and forth. The Dutch exporting their share to Britain. In the first light of dawn, Lingarden's refrigerated lorries head north across the Netherlands, carrying flowers picked the day before.
It's big business for all these companies. This time of year, the amount of lorries that are coming out of Lincolnshire, just full of flowers for Holland, is quite unbelievable.
2 hours later, Steve makes his first delivery of the day.
Quality's all right.
Very good.
Very good.
The Aalsmeer market here near Amsterdam is so huge that most of the people who work here have to use a bicycle to get around. It's long been the hub of the world's bulb and flower trade. Each morning, traders bid for the produce in auction halls. The market is a hive of activity with 10,000 people working in a space the size of 120 football pitches.
We buy the flowers every morning early in the auction, and from this place they're being packed to be sent all over the world. Mainly Europe, France, England as well, and Spain, Portugal, you name it, we send it there.
And that's not to forget Holland's home markets, where the daffodils grown in Lincolnshire are a popular buy in this flower-loving nation.